Assalamu alaikum dear students. Hope all of you are fine. This is Afroja Yesmin Luna. Now I am going to present you our science session with class 5 students. Our today's topic is technology in our life. Chapter 9, book 5. So let's get started. Let's see the table of content. So in our today's chapter we are going to learn about what is science and technology, what is scientific method, difference between science and technology, relation between science and technology, uses of technology in agriculture, and finally, the demerits of technology. Science and technology. Science. Do you know what is science? We have heard many a time the term science. But now this is time to know specifically to know about science. Science is one kind of knowledge, one kind of study. It's all about knowing. If we can try to define science, we can say that science is a knowledge or study about natural world through observation and experimentation. If we want to try to describe science, we can say that science is a knowledge or study about natural world through observation and experimentation to describe and explain natural phenomenon. On the other hand, what is technology? Technology is the application of science. So why do we need technology? We need technology to solve our practical problem in our day-to-day life. So, from this definition, we can understand that we use science to make technology. That means if science is all about knowing, then technology is all about doing. If you want to make a car or a refrigerator or a television, you have to know the science or the knowledge behind this technology. Okay, take a simple examples. Suppose if you want to make a simple water filter or water purification machine, you have to follow some steps. Like you can take a jar or a pitcher, then you should make a hole on the bottom of the pitcher. Then you have to put a fine cloth over the hole. Then you have to put some sands, some small rocks, something like that. After that, you can make the simple water filter. So now, this is a technology by which we can purify water. But what's the science behind it? The science behind it is the thin cloth can filter the water and the sand can sediment the water and the pebbles or the rocks. It will help to make the water more pure. So this is how we should use these ingredients to make a simple water filter. So when we are using the water filter, this object is a technology and the science behind it is the knowledge about filtration, sedimentation or other purifying method. That's all. So this is the relationship between science and technology. So we have learned that science is a knowledge about our natural world. Science is based on the fact learned through the observation and experimentation to describe and explain our natural phenomenon. When a scientist investigates to answer any question about the world around us, they must follow some scientific method. So let's see the scientific method. When a scientist follow the scientific method, they must follow 6 steps. These are observation, question, hypothesis, experiment, conclusion, and sharing. By observing the world around us, we can notice the things happen or the phenomenon, or we may have a particular topic of interest. When we saw, heard, or read something, we have some question on that. We can choose some question on that topic and we can find out the answer. So first we have to find out the question and we have to record it. Now come to the point of hypothesis. By using previous knowledge, we can make a guess. This knowledge will help us to know our question. So we have to write down this hypothesis. Now come to the part of experiment. When we know the topic of our observation, we know what type of answer do we need, and when we know the hypothesis of our experiment, then we have to go for the experiment. We have to go for the test or the observation, the close observation of any topic that we want to research. Now we have to design a test to justify if the hypothesis is true or not. We have to list the material what we need. We can write down the step that we should follow, and we have to collect the data and record it. After finishing the experiment, we will get a conclusion, a result. Then we have to analyze this data with our hypothesis. We have to think about our result, that either this result support our hypothesis or not. After following all these 5 steps, we will get the final result, and now we have to share it with others. This is the 6th step that scientists follow to find out any scientific knowledge. And you can also follow these steps to find out any truth, any knowledge around our natural phenomenon. So now we will going to know about the relationship between science and technology. In the very ancient time, science and technology didn't have any deep relationship. But now, the relationship between science and technology cannot be denied at all. Okay, in ancient time, scientists have studied about the natural phenomenon without any practical purpose. Then people have invented some simple technologies such as stone tools, fires, clothing, wheels for their problem solving. But there was no deep relation between science and technology in that time. But after the Industrial Revolution in 18th century, science became more faster, and the scientists try to use the scientific knowledge to make more developed technology. As for example, scientist applies the scientific knowledge to create new products, to create new machineries. We can take an example of electricity. When scientists feel the importance of electricity, they have invented the electric bulb, fan, and other instruments. After identifying the difficulties of transport, scientists have invented car, ship, steam engine, train, etc. When the scientists can understand the knowledge of steam power, they have used it in different sectors. They have invented steam engine, and with the steam engine, the rail, the ships can run. Not only this, the scientific research on our natural world is also depends on different scientific knowledge. Technology applies science knowledge to create products and tools. Scientists use technology when they study the natural world also. Like for the research of astronomy, the scientists are using telescope. For the research of biotechnology, scientists have used microscope. And this is the advanced technology that is using, that that has been used in scientific research to find out the new knowledge. So this is how science and technology are related with each other. Science is depends on technology as well as technology is also depends on science. Okay, so let's know about the difference between science and technology. Now let's see the differences between science and technology. I have told you before that there is a deep relationship between science and technology, but there is also some differences. Let's see the differences also. Science is one kind of knowledge. This is all about knowing. On the other hand, technology is all about doing. Technology is nothing but the application of scientific knowledge that makes our life more comfortable, more easier, and better. Science is about the knowledge of our natural phenomenon. On the other hand, technology is a practical application. We can use it. The purpose of scientific knowledge is to explore the new knowledge, but the purpose of technology to use the laws of scientific knowledge and to create new products. Science is useful for all and all time. But on the other hand, the technology have the merits and the demerits. It may be useful for us as well as it may be harmful for us. As for example, the uses of mobile phone. We can use mobile phone in a very useful way, in very effective way. On the other hand, we can waste our time, a lot of time behind this phone by using different social media and others. So we have to decide how we will use that technology. But the science is useful for all humankind. Let's see the another difference. Okay. Science actually used to make prediction. On the other hand, technology try to simplify the work and fulfill the needs of people. So that's all for the differences. Now we will see the uses of technology in our agricultural aspects. After the invention of different agricultural tools such as shovel, spade and plough, the process of agriculture has been more easier. By using the agricultural machineries like tractor, irrigation pump and threshing machine, it helps the farmer to produce more crops in a very shortened time. Not only this, the uses of different kinds of chemical fertilizer and the pesticides. It helps people to produce more food and resist harmful pests to weeds. Not only this, there is a new term in agricultural technology and that is agricultural biotechnology. You know what is biotechnology? Biotechnology is a technology that is used living things to make new products for human welfare. And nowadays, the scientists are using biotechnology in agricultural sector and they are creating plants with very special qualities that helps us to produce more food and that helps us to create new qualities in the plants. Not only this biotechnology allows us to grow more nutritious, resistant to pests and productive breeds. Technology makes our life more easier, better and comfortable. But sometimes if we misuse technologies, it can harmful for us. But how? Car, buses and other vehicles helps us to transport one place to another place. But the emission of carbon dioxide from these vehicles make air pollution. Not only this, burning coal in power plant and chemical fertilizer affects our environment badly. Ultimately, it's causing environmental pollution. The most harmful things of technology is the invention of weapon. Nowadays, people have invented different devastating weapons and they are using these for killing the humankind. Like bomb, tank, and guns are the new technologies. So we have to be careful about it. We have to use our technology for the betterment of humankind, not for the destruction of our civilization. The overuses of technology, it can cause addiction to us. If we do not use television or computer or mobile phone for productive work, it will waste our time. So we have to be careful about using these technologies. Watching television or using computer more than 1 hour is really harmful for our body. So we have to be careful about the using of technology in our day-to-day life. Now this is your task to make learning fruitful. So dear students, that's all for today. Hope you have understand this topic clearly. But if there are any question, please inform us in our text bar. Thank you so much. Till then, Allah Hafiz.